Hey, welcome. So we all know artificial intelligence has this incredible power, especially for community organizations. But how do you actually use it without breaking that sacred trust you have with your community? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how you can protect your organization's most sensitive data while still getting the most out of these amazing new tools. Okay, let's get into it.
And just so you know, all the information we're covering here is sourced directly from Chapter 8 of the Generative AI for Community Organizations tutorial, which comes from Virtualization Options LLC.
So here's the big challenge, right? On one hand, you've got these incredible AI tools that can help you do everything. Writing grants, engaging your community, managing volunteers, it's a game changer. But on the other hand, you are the guardian of sensitive information, and that's the absolute bedrock of your relationships. So the real question is, how do you get all that promise without falling into the peril?
To really get the risk, you have to understand a little bit about how these things work. See, when you type something into an AI, that whole conversation can be used to train and improve the system. And that means your data could, potentially, be exposed through a data breach, be seen by employees at the AI company, or even get handed over because of a legal subpoena. The bottom line is, the fallout from that is just too serious to ignore.
Now, I know that might sound a little daunting, but here's the good news. Protecting your organization really just comes down to following one single foundational rule. This is probably the most important thing you'll take away from our time together, so let's make it absolutely crystal clear.
This is it. This is the whole shebang. Never, ever, under any circumstances, input actual personally identifiable information, we call that PII, into any AI tool. I'm talking no names, no addresses, no specific client details, no exceptions, ever. This has to become like breathing for you and your team.
And why are we so hardcore about this? Well, beyond the risks we just talked about, breaches and legal stuff, there are future vulnerabilities we can't even predict right now. The most important thing to remember is this. The only 100% safe piece of data is the one you never entered in the first place.
Okay, so we've got our unbreakable rule. Got it. But what does that actually look like when you're at your desk trying to get work done? Let's talk about how to turn this principle into a real, practical, and safe workflow.
The key technique that makes all of this work is something called de-identification. And it's a really simple idea. You just systematically strip out or change any piece of information that could point back to a real person before you ever hit enter on that AI prompt. This is your #1 tool for using AI safely.
So how do you actually do it? Well, first off, you get rid of the obvious stuff, names, addresses, phone numbers. Gone. Second, you generalize the specific details. So instead of an aerospace engineer with 3 kids, you might say a parent who works in manufacturing. You could also lump details together into a typical scenario, or even just make up a totally new fictional but realistic example that gets the core of your question across.
Okay, check this out. This example shows it perfectly. The before prompt, it's a privacy nightmare, full of dangerous PII. But look at the after prompt. It's asking for the exact same thing, a thank you letter, but it uses a generic, safe, de-identified scenario. The AI can whip up a perfect template for you, and Margaret Johnson's privacy is completely protected. It's a brilliant and simple switch.
To make sure this becomes a habit, just use this 6-step framework every single time. Seriously, think of it as your pre-flight checklist. 1. Spot any PII. 2. Get rid of it or replace it. 3. Double-check. Could anyone possibly identify a real person from this? 4. Add some general, safe context for the AI. 5. Look over what the AI gives you back. And 6. This is the crucial last step. Add the real personal details back in manually, safely inside your own secure systems, never back in the AI tool.
Look, individual actions are fantastic. They're the foundation. But to truly protect your organization, you've got to build a culture of privacy. And that means moving from just personal habits to a formal written policy that everyone in the organization understands and follows.
And your policy doesn't need to be some 100-page legal document. It just needs to cover the basics. Start with that crystal clear rule. No PII, period. Then list out which AI platforms are actually approved for use. Make it clear who's authorized to use them and what the review process is for anything the AI creates. And yeah, you've got to outline what happens if someone violates the policy, and set a schedule to review it every so often because this tech changes fast. And you don't have to start from a blank page. Here's some really solid sample language you can borrow and adapt. Just notice how clear it is. All staff and volunteers are prohibited. It leaves absolutely no wiggle room, no confusion. It just sets a firm protective boundary for everybody. All right, the final layer of protection here is just being a smart consumer of technology. You know, not all AI platforms are created equal, especially when you start looking at their privacy and security. Making an informed choice about the tools you use is a huge part of your safety strategy.
So before your organization even thinks about adopting an AI tool, you've got to ask some tough questions. How are you going to use my data? Can I opt out of having my conversations used for training? Are there business or enterprise versions with better privacy settings? Trust me, the answers they give you or the answers they don't give you will tell you everything you need to know.
And you've got to be on the lookout for red flags. Vague privacy policies, that's a big one. No way to opt out of data training, another huge one. And hey, if a tool is free but it's not clear how they make money, remember that old saying, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. Your data is the product.
You know, I want to be really clear about something as we start to wrap up. The whole point of this isn't to scare you away from AI or to limit what it can do. It's actually the exact opposite. By putting these simple, protective rules in place, you create a safe space for your team to get creative and really unlock the potential of AI, all while knowing that you're doing right by your community.
Because in the end, it all comes back to this one thing: trust. In the work you do, trust is your currency. It is your single greatest asset. So as you move forward into this new age of AI, the most important question you can keep asking yourselves is the one right here on the screen: how will you protect it?